Gentleman with the Bakken Shale played his home state of North Dakota, Mr. Kramer, for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're known for lots of other things as well, a lot of food. First of all, and I'm sorry I had to step out for a little bit, but this has been a really good hearing. All of you, tremendous job. Thank you. Very well done. And I share all of your concern with what's going on with regard to NAFTA. And it's particularly in the energy area, and I'm concerned about some other things too, but the energy area being sort of new, if you will, since NAFTA was first passed, just seems to present so many opportunities. But here's an opportunity I want to raise just sort of rhetorically and then get your responses to it. And by the way, I'm going to be sort of fuel agnostic on this. I really don't think the fuel matters. I think that what matters is whether it's intellectual, whether it's fossil, whether it's technology. There's so much opportunity. But we talk a lot about trade with one another, you know, the big three of us, and we're all important to each other. As I like to tell my Canadian friends, however, as important as you are to us, we're critical to you. So we have a leverage that that you don't, and always remember that. And our president understands that very well. Anyway, but here's what I think we miss so oftentimes in the discussion that I wish we could get to. Just as sure as all the statistics you've shared in terms of how much we trade with one another, and what a large percentage of our business with, you know, the other two, Mexico and Canada, you know, I think somebody said the next 10 added up don't add up to what in certain areas what Mexico and Canada add up to for us in terms of market. What I get enthused about is the opportunity as a block, as a seamless. And by the way, when I was sitting here earlier, I pulled up one of my favorite maps in the world is the North American Petroleum Products Pipeline map. It knows nothing of borders. And I remember the first time we reversed a pipeline in North Dakota that instead of bringing, you know, Canadian crude down, we sent Bakken crude up on the very same line, just not necessarily even to get it to Saskatchewan, but perhaps to get it to the Gulf Coast. I mean, that's how important that infrastructure is. So I appreciate all the emphasis on infrastructure. But what I'd love to just hear some comments, and maybe beginning with you, Ms. Harbert, and all of you could if you have an opinion. But what's the potential opportunity from a security as well as economic security as well as a national and energy security opportunity if we as a bloc get our act together, harmonize everything we're talking about, and then who needs OPEC, right? I mean, that's sort of how I view it. So just open it up for discussion.
Absolutely. The national security dividend of this should not go unnoticed in the energy sector. First, from an American standpoint, we are importing more oil from Canada and Mexico than we are from OPEC. And so that's been a change in energy fortune for sure. And the opportunity to fully develop the resources of Canada, the United States, and Mexico and become the center of the world's energy market, which would send shockwaves into not just OPEC, but Russia, sort of warms my heart.
Yeah.
So I think that we shouldn't lose. This is not just an economic negotiation. This is a national security negotiation as well, because the stronger we are, the more competitive we are on the world stage as a bloc, if you will, but also from an energy standpoint, the more energy secure we are, the more economics, the more national secure we are. And that provides our allies with choices of where they can get their oil, their gas, their technology. They probably can't import the renewables, but there's growing renewables within our bloc, and it's a tremendous win-win.
Mr. Thompson.
Well, let me say without sounding too corny, I mean, I think it would give us lots of things. It would give us unprecedented freedom in North America, freedom and to take away the leverage that the rest of the world or certain parts of the world have over us now. It will give us prosperity. Our nations will prosper, our employees will prosper, our consumers will prosper, we'll continue to benefit from low oil prices and low gasoline prices and good high-paying jobs, and we can become an energy-dominant region. I think the possibilities are endless. We should all be, you know, trying to get there.
Doctor?
In our report to the Department of Energy on these issues, we call very strongly for thinking about ways of moving towards this block concept that you're talking about, and we talk about that as well. So I think the way to move forward on this is to give DOE responsibility and the charge to develop pathways for the future. What are the current challenges? How deep do you have to go in environmental policy and tax policy to make all this a reality? I'm amazed at how much agreement there is about moving in this direction, and it's great, but someone needs to think through it carefully.
Thank you. Thank you.